I introduce you to the author William Shakespeare. William Shakespeare is one of the best English dramatists. He has written 37 plays, and his plays can be grouped as comedies, tragedies, tragicomedy, and historical plays. Julius Caesar is one of the historical plays written by Shakespeare. This is from Julius Caesar, written by William Shakespeare, from Act 3, Scene 2. Introduction. The play opens with Julius Caesar's victorious return to Rome after defeating the sons of Pompey. While people rejoice, there is a group which fears that all these victories would get into Caesar's head and he would cease to be democratic. Cassius, Brutus and others plot to kill Caesar. So the play opens with Julius Caesar's victorious return, triumphant return, coming back to Rome after defeating the sons of Pompey. Pompey is a Roman general, and after defeating the sons of Pompey, Caesar returns to Rome very victoriously, triumphantly. While people rejoice, some people are very happy that Caesar has come there after the victory, but there is another group which is afraid, which fears that all these victories, what Caesar has won, would get into Caesar's head and he would cease to be a democratic. So he would cease meaning stop, he would stop to be a democratic, a free man. So Cassius, Brutus and others plot to kill Caesar. All these three people, they tried and they make a plan to kill Caesar. A soothsayer, astrologer, warns Caesar about the Ides of March. California, Caesar's wife, forbids him from going to the Senate house as she has had bad dreams. Decius Brutus, one of the conspirators, convinces Caesar to come to the Senate house. At the Senate house, the conspirators surround Caesar. Casca is the first to stab him. Caesar is shocked when he sees his friend Marcus Brutus with a sword. With an anguished cry of E tu Brute, that is, you too Brutus, he dies. So a soothsayer, an astrologer, that is a foreteller who forecasts about the future, he warns Caesar about the Ides of March. Ides of March refers to March 15th. So California, Caesar's wife, forbids him from going to the Senate house as she had bad dreams. So Caesar's wife California prevents Caesar. So a psalm of life. Henry Wadsworth Longfellow, the great American poet, was a professor at Harvard. So this professor, he was an American poet and he is an American poet. His great fame began with the publication of his first volume of poems, Voices of the Night, in 1839, which included a Psalm of Life, one of the 19th century's best-loved poems. So this Psalm of Life is written by H.W. Longfellow, the American poet, and his fame began, he became famous when the publication of the first volume of the poem Voices of the Night was published in 1839. And in this Voices of the Night is included a Psalm of Life. His other collections include ballads, Evangeline, Hiawatha. So the collection, his other collections include the ballads, which was published in 1841, Evangeline, published in 1847, Hiawatha, published in 1855, The Courtship of Miles Standish, and Tales of the Wayside Inn. So The Courtship of Miles Standish was also written by him, and it was published in 1858, and The Tales of the Wayside Inn was also published in 1863. Longfellow was the most popular poet of his age, and during his lifetime he became a national institution. So Longfellow was very famous. He was a popular poet during his time, and he became a national institution. Everyone in the nation, they gave importance to him. His work, whimsical, mildly romantic, high-minded and flavored with sentiment preachment. So there was preaching in his poems. So the Psalm of Life is an example where he preaches some of the things. He advises us to do and what not to do. So his work whimsical, mildly romantic, they are less romantic, high-minded, they have high qualities, and flavored with sentimental preachment. So it is full of feelings and passion. So this was the comment given by Norton. So Brooks and Warren, they give their comment on this poem written by H.W. Longfellow. This poem seems to give a great deal of good advice. So the readers get advice from the poet. It tells the reader not to waste his time or her time, but to be up and going. So the poet wishes the readers not to waste their precious time, but they should go on working. Not to be discouraged by failures, but to have a heart for any fate. So they should be ready to face whatever may be the destiny or fate, and they should not be discouraged by failures. He says these failures are the stepping stone to success. Not to judge life by temporary standards, but to look to eternal reward. So he asks the readers not to judge life by temporary standards which go off after a short time, but to look to eternal reward, everlasting reward, which will be a permanent reward.